Hello and welcome back to another live stream. We are in Singapore. You just have a look because the ratio seems to have gone skew with. Bear with me. What's going on with that? Go. That should be better. Hopefully that's better. I don't know what happened there, but hopefully that is sorted. And yeah, welcome to another live stream in this F1 Manager McLaren series. And as I say, we are at the Singapore Grand Prix, and we are in Q1. So we've just done our first runs. Norris on the bubble in 15th, Piastri in the bottom 5. And we're getting ready for our final runs here in Q1. Coming to the end of this first season. And as I've been saying, we are developing next year's car. So this car is getting worse and worse race by race. We're probably about the 8th fastest car on the grid now. So yeah, getting out of Q1 for Piastri might be difficult. Getting out of Q2 for Norris might be difficult. See what we can do. Now let's just forward this on slightly. I'll send them both out now. And we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we get some green sectors. Obviously green sectors means we've got a personal best and we're going quicker. Just forward this on as we watch Piastri start his final run in Q1.
And the track is now clear.
As I say, Norris right on the bubble, so both cars got to improve here really to get out of Q1 round here. See what we can do with Piastri and Norris in these final runs. Piastri approaching a little bit of traffic. Hopefully they get out of the way. They look like they're on a slow lap here. And yeah, Aston Martin moves out of the way nicely for us there. So first sector for Piastri, 27.2. And Lando's done the same, so they're evenly matched across that first sector. Evening Dino, how are you? Hope you're well. Sector 2 for Piastri is a 37.2. What Lando does across that second sector. So he's a couple of attempts quicker, so a couple of attempts up. Got 4 attempts up on Piastri in that first run, so is it going to be similar across his second run? Piastri coming across the line, has he done enough at this time to get out of that bottom 5? He has, up to 11th, but we've still got others to finish.
Your P11.
Norris should improve as well, and this is a
lap,
shocker of Q3.
If you could keep your pace up on the in-lap. Copy.
Norris across the line, into 7th.
This is currently P7.
Let's see what we've got here in terms of... So a lot of these on an in-lap. So it looks like we're going to be pretty safe there. Both drivers through to Q2. Checkered flag has fell. Magnussen, Bottas, Albon all completed their final lap, so I think we're pretty safe through to Q2 here, which I wasn't expecting probably with Oscar. But yeah, looking good. Both cars through to Q2. We've got a couple of penalties due to a practice session. Charles Leclerc actually wiped out Piastri in practice and got a 3-place grid penalty. There was a red flag in the second practice, didn't show us what happened, but then Gasly got a penalty, so I'm assuming it was caused by Pierre. Right, let's jump into this second practice session. And we'll allow Norris out first.
Okay, Oscar, so the track will go green now.
I may only run once, or I might run again, but on scrubbed tyres on the second run, because I don't know if we've got the ability now in the car to get into Q3, so it might be worth us keeping some fresh softs for the race, but let's wait and see. On the YouTube chat, yeah, so you're dominating that season, and 100% win rate for you. Chair 7 to Piastri 2, nice. Yes, I am very well, thank you, very well indeed. Start of the weekend, and it's a Formula 1 weekend as well. Not too far off the sprint race, are we? What? About 9 hours time, I think they'll be starting the sprint race, so yeah, pretty good. Looking forward to the weekend, looking forward to some racing. Would love there to be a bit more rain over the weekend, because those Red Bulls were looking pretty dominant in the dry conditions, and then the wet really mixed it up a bit, so it was an enjoyable sprint quali session. Probably one of the best sessions we've had all year, to be fair, that final third quali of the sprint today in China. Enjoyed that very much. Had fire, had rain, had it all. Let's see then, Piastri and Lando about to finish their first laps. Sargent's done a 1:29.6, so that's a good indication of where we're at. See if we can better that.
Drive to the Delta. And we are boxes lap.
So Norris only just quicker than Sargent, and
just keep an eye on the Delta. The
Piastri
Delta
about
is
2
negative
tenths
at the end
off.
of the lap.
I could recharge on.
Let's bring these guys in.
Lap. Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to just see, didn't I, where we were at. Let's just see all these laps come in. Yeah, we've still got Stroll to go. I think we're too far off, so I'm not gonna run a fresh set of softs there. What have we got on these? These are 90. So it doesn't really. The same with Lando. These 91. Same as well. So we'll just run a set of scrubs on our second run. Why is it not letting go out? Happened before. Lando is in the pits, isn't he? He's done this glitch before. How do we get out of this again? Try something like that. Run out of time here. If not, very nice. It's a glitch. Toggle the fuel to fix. Yeah. It was there in the back of my mind somewhere. I think we should have fixed it now, which is good. What are we, 1:27, so what we can leave at probably 2.5 minutes, although that came to our terrible last time, so let's get them out now. Let's see what we can do on this final run then. We are on scrub softs though. So generally you wouldn't probably expect to go quicker, but anything can happen on this game. Let's see then, Lando and Piastri, final runs in Q2. They're looking for, well, for them to both get out. Piastri's looking for about a second near enough. As I say, I think it's unlikely. Let's have a look at the sector times though. We're looking for greens. don't forget to take the fuel back out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure we did. So we've got green sectors at least for both. Is this Haas on a slow lap? It's Magnussen who's moved out of the way. I think he moved out of the way pretty well there for us. Piastri keeping right with Lando here. Might get a bit of a tow. So it's a 27.3 for Oscar. 27.2 for Lando, so a tenth quicker for Lando. We're encountering a little bit more traffic here. Lando does a 37.4 middle sector, 37.2 for Piastri though. A pretty even crew here. Oscar may be benefiting from a bit of a tow. As we're about to come across the line, what do we do then? Norris didn't go quicker, I don't think, but Piastri has, and doesn't make it Q3, but I think that is only the second time in, what are we now, 16 races that Oscar Piastri is out-qualified Lando Norris. So we will start the Grand Prix in 11th with Piastri and 14th with Norris. There are a couple of penalties, so we'll see where they fall. I think it was Gasly. I didn't look to see where Gasly was though. And then we go, confirmation, Piastri 11th, Lando Norris 14th. So only the second time Oscar has out-qualified Lando in this series. Charles got a penalty. It's only a free grid, so he's going to drop down, but not below us. But we'll probably leapfrog AMAG, I'd imagine. Certainly with Oscar, depending on what that penalty is. He's got a penalty as well, but that's not going to affect us. That's good for us, though, the Alpine down there, because we are still fighting them for 6th. See what happened in Q3. Oh, and Sergio outdoes Max. So it's a Red Bull 1-2. Carlos Sainz in 3rd. And, of course, I was looking at those positions, but they were not finalised positions. So Fernando Alonso 4. So Charles Leclerc will still take that 3-place grid penalty, but he'll drop to 8th. K-Mag. So, yeah, I think we'll definitely jump K-Mag with Piastri. That's a 5 or a 10. Lando will jump here. Oh. Right, let's jump into this Grand Prix. We've got some moderate rain, tells us. And it's from around about lap 20. So, let us have a look. Compound performance. And what we're looking, so yeah, there's a significant difference in this track really between the, yeah, so about 3 temps between the softs and mediums, 3.5 temps between the medium and hard. Softs is going to do 14 to 25 laps. Right. 14 to 25. That's coming around about lap 20, isn't it? So I'm not too bothered about these strategies because we're going to put wets on so to change. What are they suggesting with the sauce? We'll go to about. I'll have to go. I'm going to do with Oscar. Burn this. I'm going to go. I'm going to go medium. Aggressive, which will get him to target for the rain. Yep, let's. Lando. Softs. Yep. There. Let's start them off. Attack. So effectively, it's a bit of a split strategy. We're not really looking at these second and third compounds because we've got rain coming from around lap 20, and that's going to last for the majority of the Grand Prix, apart from probably the last 5 to 10 laps where it looks like it's going to dry up again. So Oscar's not as good on his tyres, so we're going to play safe, put him on the mediums to stretch him out, hopefully until the rain. Lando's better on his tyres, so he'll start on a soft before going on to into wets. That should work. So we've got Oscar on the mediums, Lando on the softs, pushing until the rain. We'll see what happens there. Let's jump in to Singapore Grand Prix.
Final checks are being carried out on the grid, and it won't be long. And this is it. The
Here we go then, two Red Bulls, front of the grid, nothing new there. In real life, all here.
And it's lights out.
Let's see what we can do. Looks like it's going to be a bit of mixed race, mixed conditions. Piastri started 10th, Lando 13 due to those grid penalties. We can hold these positions. Piastri looks okay there. What's Norris? Has he got any competition there? No, we're looking okay. Bottas looking a bit punchy, as the AI always do on these first few laps. Does have a tyre check as well. Okay, so pretty evenly split then between the mediums and the softs. So Piastri's mediums, along with Ocon, Charles and Russell ahead of him. He's got Hulkenberg behind him on the softs, so it's probably key here for Piastri if he can just frustrate Hulkenberg a little bit here, because the tyres will cross over, probably from lap 15. He won't be too disheartened if Hulkenberg gets past us, as long as we're staying with him. We should see an overlap of that. Norris really wants to be getting past Sargent though, because Sargent is on the mediums. So we'll push it on, because the race will settle down shortly. Tell you what we can do as well, we can push fuel because we're expecting rain, so that's going to help us on fuel anyway, and run a little bit negative. Piastri's out of DRS, so we really want to close that back up to Russell, though I think it will be difficult for Oscar. We'll see what he can do. I'm enjoying this though from Oscar, we haven't seen this all series. Oscar running clearly ahead of Norris so far, but how long it will last we'll see. Let's get some deployment here as well. Just keep Norris with Sargent. If you're jumping into the stream, no matter the platform you're watching from, did you watch the Chinese sprint qualifying session, that is?
DRS is enabled.
And if so, good result for your team, or?
Your P10. Next car is Russell.
As I say, I think it's one of the most enjoyable sessions of the season so far, just because it mixed it up a little bit. So Piastri is going to be under a little bit of pressure from Hulkenberg. Is Norris making that move now on Sargent? We are indeed. Can we get this done? DRS now, and Sargent looks like he fell out of DRS there on Hulkenberg, so that's worked out well. Hulkenberg's now making that move on Oscar.
Let's have a look at that.
You take a replay of
now
Norris.
The focus is on Lando Norris.
To say we need to get this done because Logan's on the mediums, Lando on the softs. And we've got that done pretty quickly, but at the same time Hulkenberg is getting past Oscar Piastri.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Nico Hulkenberg there.
So this is the flip side. Hulkenberg is on the softs and Oscar's on the mediums. And now we were all but 10 seconds ago saying how Piastri is running ahead of Lando. They are now, with those two overtakes, they are now separated by no one. And Lando's on the soft, so I feel like we would have to let Lando by. I'm not going to do it straight away. Just push this gap and see if Piastri can keep with Hulkenberg for now. We'll leave it a lap or so, just let it balance out.
More lift and coast.
Copy.
It might naturally happen, we don't want to take each other out though.
We think a little bit more like it will help.
Not easy to overtake.
Let's get back in the rhythm now.
Let's just have a look at the degradation. Which, yeah, we've pushed a bit hard, haven't we, there? I think we probably need to chop off the tyres a little bit here.
Yep.
AI are probably going to do the same.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Yeah, Hulkenberg's pushed at 81% and Norris was on attack as well, so Hulkenberg's been on full attack. He's probably going to come off that a little bit. It's Lando, right behind Oscar. We might naturally get this done on Oscar. Whilst Oscar is in the DRS of Hulkenberg, we're okay. That gap to Russell's only 1.2, so no immediate danger here for us. Let's just push this on a bit.
We don't want to overcook the tyres.
Yeah, copy.
Piastri, is he going to get this done? Re-overtake on Hulkenberg. Looking pretty good now because he'll have DRS. Norris has got a nice view of this. And Norris is having a look as well. Are we going to get Hulkenberg? We are. Both cars getting Hulkenberg. Well, Hulkenberg's finding it back there on Lando.
Let's see what happened there. Now there's the car of Piastri.
Piastri had already basically got this move done. DRS just helping him past. And then Lando saw an opportunity to just send one down the inside. And nearly got that done. We're still fighting this. But it looks like Lando's got it done as well. And we have. So we've moved Piastri and Norris up into 10th and 11th.
Here's the replay. Right, we're at turn 9. That's the
So you
location
see that one
for this
again.
one. They decide to give it a go.
So side by side when Lando went down the inside and then eventually Lando getting it done. Now the problem is Lando's got a much more pace at the moment than Oscar. We can't ask Oscar to move because he'll slow up too much for Hulkenberg. So hopefully Lando can just make a move. I haven't told them not to fight, so they're free to fight here. Let's hope this doesn't end in tears. And they're having a look now. Come on. Kind of just need them to sort this out between themselves without losing too much. Don't take each other out. Tell you what we can do, we can ask Oscar just to
Oscar, we can look after this tyre.
come off his tyres a little bit. That'll hopefully just give Lando what he needs in there.
Need to push.
Copy.
But that should be good, that should be fine now. We are eating into these tyres a little bit more than we'd like to. Probably, well, actually Oscar's alright. Lando's eating into his a little bit more than we'd like. Kind of just want to pull a second out on Hulkenberg and then we can...
Copy.
Just about got that second on Hulkenberg. .3, so let's drop them to standard.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Yep.
I think we can put Oscar on aggressive pretty
We want to manage
soon.
our tyre budget.
Let's just manage this gap. If Hulkenberg starts to give him DRS, we'll have another look at it. He's kind of floating around it. We want Piastri to stay with Norris. just come out of the DRS, but maybe on aggressive he might catch that back up. Hulkenberg's now back into Piastri's DRS. %, on his tyres. 66% is Lando and Hulkenberg. It's fine on that. Lando's now bringing those tyres back on track. Yeah, Hulkenberg is looking a bit more punchy again now, isn't he? Just having a bit of an attack run with Oscar. Now, Hulkenberg definitely sticking with us here. So we've got 56%. Norris should be recovering these tyres pretty well to where we need them to be. 20% are remaining 3 minutes. Getting back in Lando's DRS. We're falling quite far behind George, so it looks like the pace isn't really there to challenge these, but we'll see how the rest of the race goes on. Though George is closing on Ocon, so we might have some pace on the Alpine, depending. He's falling back from Hamilton, so it would suggest that Mercedes have definitely got the pace on Alpine.
Okay, Lando, tyres behaving kind of as expected.
Yeah, confirm.
Not too much going on at the moment. Kinda, Bottas is doing a bit of a job of holding the pack up here, isn't he? Although Ricciardo's 1.4, there's near enough a DRS train from Bottas in 13th to Albon in 19th. And that's giving us a nice buffer here, so looks like the very worst we can do here is 12th place, unless we have some big issues. There we see Bottas start, there we see it. Look at that gaggle of cars there. There's a little separation between Norris, Piastri and Hulkenberg. Then you've got Ocon and Russell. And then you've got Sainz really down to Stroll. And then the two Red Bulls just doing their own thing. And Alonso, Sainz and Charles. So a little bit dull at the moment, but let's see if it spices up once we get some rain. Just managing this degradation on Lando. We don't want to push too hard. We need to get to the rainfall. Hulkenberg is kind of staying about though in 12th. Haven't been able to shake him. Wonder what his tyres are saying now, because Lando's been on standard for quite a while. Very similar to be fair. Piastri's at the same, but we know Piastri's working his tyres a little bit harder. Should be good. Should be good, though, to continue as is at the moment. Sargent has now passed Bottas, so we'll see if he can make any inroads.
Light rain on the radar.
Right, here we go. Looks like we're getting to the rain. Hulkenberg's going for another little push, it appears. And we're now 7 seconds behind Ocon and Russell, so yeah. Looks like 10th is going to be the best we can do. Maybe 12th will be the worst. Can't really fight this too hard now with Hulkenberg because we haven't got the tyre life to play with, so we are going to have to just let this go. Hulkenberg does
But
get us. It was looking likely.
Now with the Haas. It's there for the taking.
Yeah, to be fair to Hulkenberg, he's had the pace there. He's stuck with us. He hasn't gone away. K-Mag is now past Sargent. That's probably not good news because the Haas have got pace. We may have spoken too early about that 12th being the worst we could do, because Magson's probably going to start making some good time on us there, I'd imagine. We kind of want this rain now.
A bit of rain.
Here we go. Here comes the rain
Copy.
then. 3.4 away from the pit. I think we wait till the next... Ooh, I don't know, actually. I think we pit now. Gonna get to 0.8, isn't it? Time we're in the pits. What's the distance between us? So 5, yeah, we've got to pit now. I think this is the right call. We're gonna double stack. We have got others coming into the pits now, so they'll be going for meters as well.
So we think that the Inter is now the correct tyre to be on.
So these will be... Oh my goodness. Everyone is in the pit. No one stayed out. This is going to be carnage getting in and out.
Understood.
Okay, Hulkenberg pitting now.
Hulkenberg's pitted as well.
Oh, it's good pit lane.
So everyone's out now. Lando is away, so Piastri's not been held up. Stroll's had a pit stop issue.
Exit.
I think we got held a little bit there with Oscar. Norris is back out in 10th. And we're just going to burn tyres.
Maximum pace.
Bottas had a pit stop
happened
issue.
there,
What a surprise.
So Alfa Romeo's
Wouldn't be a pit stop without a slow one for Valtteri Bottas. Slow front right.
Front right won't tighten though.
No, it's not that slow in comparison to real life with Sauber.
Okay, Lando, let's have 100% pace, please.
The whole grid pitted.
Okay.
Sonoda's had a pit stop issue as well. We didn't gain any time on anyone, but Stroll was the biggest loser there with his pit stop issue. Why is Verstappen... Did Verstappen stay out then? Verstappen must have stayed out then, so we missed that. Verstappen must have stayed out. Is this going to cost him then? Verstappen stayed out. He's looking pretty decent there though. The Perez is going to have a bit of heat in his tyres.
Maximum pace, maximum pace.
Copy.
So Perez does jump Verstappen. Charles Leclerc a long way behind though. So it's going to be between the two Red Bulls for the victory. We've got 7.9 to Stroll. And we've got a Haas sandwich for Piastri. Unfortunately, not too much going on in this race now. What we're going to do is we're going to push hard on these Inters. We're probably going to have to... Yeah, the only problem is we might have to freeze stop, but I think it might be worth doing, to be fair. We're only going to come away with a point, and that's if we just run this strategy for the dry weather, which is what did we say? It's around about lap 53, 54. It's going to sort of dry out. So 35 laps on these. So I think instead we just push, and if we have to bolt on some more Inters and then come on for dries at the end, so be it. We're going to put another pit stop in. I know might give 10th place to Haas, but I think it's worth just having a go and seeing what happens. Obviously manage that to see if anything changes. Everyone is pushing on these Inters at the moment. It's not going to see too much of a difference. 7.8 behind Stroll as it is. Let's just see what that is in a couple of laps' time. Go for a 16 times here.
We don't want to overcook the tyres.
Cold
We'll risk the overheating. We'll risk it. We're not making an impression though, are we, on Stroll there? A couple of laps to go now. And yeah, a couple of attempts. I've got 8 seconds on Hulkenberg though. Piastri's now 1.7 or so. We could just see what that gap is, see if that continues to go up to Hulkenberg. If we can build ourselves a pit stop, then absolutely fine, which looks like we might be able to do that with Lando. These would run till the end though, so with Piastri I feel like it might not be worth pushing. We shall see. And actually, it might as well be worth. He's in 12th, isn't he? Not scoring a point whether he finishes 12th or last, so we may as well have a go, just see what happens. We are making some inroads now on Stroll, down to under 6 seconds. Actually, not really doing anything though there on Hulkenberg, just maintaining. Now 3 seconds behind Stroll, and now it's Ocon, so this might work in our favour. That's probably what is dropping, because imagine Stroll was getting stuck behind a slow Alpine. Now he's probably being released, because yeah, there's a big gap. Russell's got a big gap behind Hamilton, but Russell and Stroll probably are going to pull away from Ocon, I'd imagine. Might just have to drop down to aggressive
Key thing
with
is to keep the tyre
Oscar
in
at the
good shape.
moment.
Keep the tyre in good shape.
Copy.
Might do a bit of aggressive with Lando as well, but a bit of a fuel push.
No need to push the tyres.
Do the same with both, actually.
Oscar, you can reduce the LICO slightly.
Copy.
So, still not really eating into that gap with Lando at the moment, and Piastri is the same. We're just kind of staying where we are, unfortunately. I'm just going to have to run as we are until this dry weather hits. I don't think we have a need now to bolt on some extra inters. Doesn't make sense for us to do that. Kind of need to get these for a lap 55. What are we, about 17 laps off that? I think we just continue to run as we are. Magnussen has got Piastri. So because we've stopped running on attack, as soon as we stop doing that, we just lose that pace. And Magnussen has got us. Haas, especially over Piastri, have got more pace than us, unfortunately. And Piastri's 13 seconds his back is Gasly, so... You know, we may as well manage his tyres free now to that stop. If we need to drop him a bit further, we will. I think they're looking both likely to make that target of the dry weather. We just hope that dry weather comes in now. Managing these gaps. We've got 12 seconds. Hulkenberg behind Norris. Actually still maintaining 13 to Gasly. Risk the overheating.
There's a yellow flag now.
Oh, Hulkenberg has spun. That is handy indeed. And Nico Hulkenberg's had a moment. That's a pretty significant spin as well. Has he had to wait and let Piastri by? He has indeed. Oh, Gene is going to be on the phone. He's not going to be too happy with that. Hulkenberg's dropped now to 4 seconds behind Piastri. Taking out some tyre life as well. So Piastri moves back 12th. Norris still maintaining that gap. Tyres are good. Need to keep pushing now until this dry weather arrives. We do need this dry weather. We are in need of it. Unfortunately, this one is a bit of a dull race. Unfortunately, not too much going on. Sometimes the wet weather does do that on this. Hulkenberg's closed within a second of us. We're likely to get back past Piastri. We're expecting Hulkenberg to re-overtake Piastri here. We've got 13 to go. We should have some dry weather though in about 5 laps time. As the leaders are coming across to lap us. Oscar's tyres are getting a little bit on the rough side now though. Track is drying out. Drying out pretty quickly. 50% chance of rain, so we just need this to clear and then we'll make a decision. As you can see the track, it's teetering, it looks like it's still raining a little bit though. Yeah, still raining a little bit. It's frustrating because Oscar's tyres have gone basically now. Hulkenberg's definitely going to get past us here now.
How's this tyre?
Gasly is caught right up to us. Magnussen's pit.
Copy.
So Magnussen, surely they're all going dry tyres now. I think we can get in quick enough now though. Come on.
Box this lap.
Oh, that could have.
Copy. Box.
Might as well just push these.
Box this lap.
Perfect. We want maximum pace.
These will all be coming out on dry tyres.
Weather update. This rain is stopped.
Copy.
Let's just see if they've gone at the right time
Yeah,
though.
copy.
Have we gone too late? Let's have a look. Lando's coming in now then. Second stop. Back on to dry compound tyres for the remaining 5 laps. Hopefully a good stop here. The Ocon out there. And slow. 3.6, not ideal. Oscar, who's got Gasly all over him now.
Oscar pit lane.
If you saw that Norris pit stop issue. These guys, it's cost us big time, isn't it, I think. Here's Hulkenberg. I think he's going to be out. Miles ahead of us here, isn't he? Yeah. And Gasly has done us in the pits as well, so that's been a bit of a nightmare there. So Norris is still in 10th, in a bit of no man's land there really. 7 back on Ocon, Magson's 10 back. Piastri, yeah, bit of an issue there really. Don't know if he can do anything here. See what we can do, we've got some DRS and Pierre. Trying to make this move done. Come on, stick it out, Oscar.
Lovely stuff.
Come on, Oscar, just push. Come on, Oscar, baby, push till the end. Let's see what you can do. Can you get that 12th place back? That's the best we can hope for now. Let's give him everything he needs. See if that pushes him up the road.
Yep, copy.
We have pushed up to Hulkenberg. If we can harvest a little bit in his DRS and then save for an attack. 3 laps to go. Norris within 5.2 of Ocon now. Should give Norris a little bit of deployment.
Overtake is available.
Piastri got DRS now. Harvesting at the same time.
That's a good lap.
And Piastri sets the fastest lap, so the AI decided not to push on their tyres. As we are in full attack mode. Piastri got enough of a slipstream here to make a move. I don't think we quite have. If you are jumping into the stream, please do drop a like. It really helps out the channel. As always, much appreciated. As Oscar's looking to get 12th place here, which will match his best finish of the year. Norris has had a little bit of a push and not too much has happened.
A little bit more like her.
It looks like the fastest lap has been taken away by Piastri by Lando.
Fastest lap.
Recharge off.
2 to go now. Come on, Oscar. Let's get 12th position. Mightily close now to Hulkenberg. Can we get it done here? Come on, Oscar. A little bit too far back. Thinking about it though. Up inside through here. We've got enough of our car ahead here. This battle is going to bring Gasly into play. This is the only issue. We kind of need to get this done now. This is looking better. Switching. Come on, Oscar. We need this done now.
Use overtake.
Yeah.
Not quite happening for us. Come on, Oscar. Finally, that move went on for an eternity. I'm not sure if it's quite finished yet. Hulkenberg wants to stick it back in the inside
Good
there.
step there. You are currently P.
Now
Finally, we get that move done on Nico
Right, here's the
Hulkenberg.
action at turn 10.
Took a lot longer than we
Opportunities
wanted.
there,
But Oscar's got the job done.
and the McLaren there with a
And we're into 12th. And we just want to push him now out of the DRS, hopefully. So Lando, I'm just going to drop down to standard. He's safe in 10th. He's not going to close that 3 seconds.
Just be careful with this tyre.
Okay.
Oscar, we're just going to be careful because we're still pushing the fuel. We don't want to run out of fuel here. Should be the final lap for Oscar as well because he's been lapped. Hulkenberg staying in this though. Come on, Oscar, let's hold on to 12th. Be a good little result for Oscar. He would gain another 2 points with Lando keeping this fastest lap if he can keep the fastest lap, and Alpine, only Ocon is scoring. He's getting 2 points, so we'd match that. A point for 10th and a point for the fastest lap. Again, still keeping this fight going with Alpine. Verstappen's got a 12-second margin in up on Perez. And then Perez, a big margin on Charles Leclerc. Sainz and Alonso fighting here. 4th and 5th, the 2 Spaniards. Hamilton's about 2 seconds off the back, so he's not going to get involved in this. So this is the closest battle on the track at the moment.
Pack is low. More lift and coast.
So Max has won.
Max
Perez going to
Verstappen
finish second.
over the finish line,
Charles third. And it looks like
today's
Alonso is
winner.
going to get... Well, Sainz wants it back though. Sainz wants it back and looks like he's going to get it back. What a battle here between these two.
Checkered flag. Okay, that's P12. Well done, Oscar.
So Carlos Sainz is going to come away that fourth. An almighty battle with Alonso on the back of that final lap. Hamilton gained a second, another lap, and he would have been involved in that fight. Piastri was lapped, so he has finished 12th. And Lando Norris is going to come away with 2 points, finishing 10th, getting us a point. And as I say, with the fastest lap, it will gain us another point. That gives us 2, and we are still in a fight with Alpine, so we match what they do. So that's a good little result. Just making sure nothing happens to Lando here on this final run to the line. George Russell finishing now. He finishes 7th. Stroll will be next across the line. Big gap to Ocon, who's 9th. We did close within 3 seconds of Ocon, but unfortunately we just didn't have the pace on them this weekend, and we won't have the pace on them for the rest of the season, unfortunately. And Norris across the line, and as we say, finishing 10th, and that, in comparison to where our car is a pretty damn good result. We'll take that. We will take that indeed.
What a remarkable drive by Lando Norris today.
Lando scores points again. I don't know when the last time he wasn't in the points. We'd have to go back, but it seems to be like one of the first 5 races, I imagine. We've been on a great scoring run with Lando. So Max wins yet again in this series and in real life. He is dominant. He is inevitable. He is Max Verstappen. He's got 25 points again. Perez did give him a little battle early on. He finishes 2nd. Charles Leclerc up 5. Did take that 3-place grid penalty, so it overcomes that and a couple more positions to get on the podium. Teammate Sainz in 4th. And Alonso just missing out with that battle with Sainz, finishes 5th. And the 2 Mercedes, Hamilton and Russell in 6th and 7th. Lance Stroll finishes 8th. Esteban Ocon 9th. We say Lando Norris 10th. And the fastest lap again, gaining us an extra point. Then a really good result for Oscar as well. He finishes 12th. Although he's down 2 positions, we're not expecting him to finish in the points. We always say 12th to 14th is sort of the zone he needs to be finishing in. He's managed to do that in 12th, so we shall take that one indeed. And poor Joe Guan Yu Zhou, always at the bottom there, and was the only car to be lapped twice. Mr. Gamer, hi, how are you? Drivers' Championship, Max leading the way. There's only a few races to go now. I think we've got about 7 races to go now. Around about 6 or 7 races to go, so Championship near enough in the bag for Max. Charles Leclerc, though, is still in 2nd place. Perez does gain a little bit on him. There's only 11 points between them now. Sainz in 4th. Alonso is making 5th his own. Stroll is 6th. Hamilton 7th. Russell is 8th. Lando maintains 9th place and maintains that 22-point gap as him and Ocon both score 2 points. And then we have the rest, which is Gasly on 11, Magnussen on 4, Albon on 2. Yet to score. Constructors, basically as Red Bull's already 655 points. Then we've got Ferrari 509, Aston Martin in 3rd on their own with 296. Mercedes in 4th on their own. Then we've got this battle between ourselves and Alpine. I keep saying it, but we are expecting to finish 6th. Alpine do have a much quicker car, but that has been the case for the last 3 races, and we've either matched them or done better. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm still expecting us to finish 6th. Only 11 points between us, and as I say, they have a much faster car. Season objective is 7th, though, so we're pretty nailed on to secure that. I'm pretty confident that's already in the bag, with Haas in 7th, 4 points. Williams in 8th with 2. AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo yet to score. Then pit stop times. We didn't have the greatest of pit stops, although the only mistake I think we had was Lando with 3.8, so only a second lower than it should be, but we really need to start getting these down in the 2.4 to 2.6 zone, so we are working on that. But we do remain 5th in the constructors. I'm good. Is this your first season on this? Yeah, this is the first season on this save. I've done a few saves before, but not streamed. So this is the first season of this save and the first series I'm streaming as well, Mr. Gamer. And that is pretty much going to wrap up this stream. We'll just have a look at some of the news items. As always, if you're dropping into the stream, please do like the video. It really helps me out. If you're not already, do subscribe to the channel. Get into these news items. We've got some failed car parts as always, so let's just have a look at those. Failed side pods, we'll get some replacement on those. Let's just have a look at the... actually, let's just have a look at manufacturers. So just manufacturing a suspension at the moment. 2 chassis. So we want another... some more side pods. Chassis. We're pretty healthy on balance, $23 million at the moment, so finance wise we're doing pretty well. Projected 14 million, so absolutely fine on finances, that's all going well. And in terms of how the car's shaping up for next year, so we've got some significant changes to the car. It's a 30% reduction on low speed, 20% on medium speed, and a 10% on high speed, and that's going to affect the front wing, rear wing, underfloor, and suspension. We're well underway with our research to overcome those. So as you can see here, this is the deficit that those changes will incur. Basically, for our research, we've already overcome that on the high speed. We've overcome it on the medium speed for the front wing. A little bit down on the low speed, so that's the biggest one with that 30% change. So we've got a little bit more research to do, but as I say, that's all going in the right direction. Rear wing, similar story there. High speed, overcoming it. Medium speed, we've overcome it. Low speed, a little bit more work to do. I think it's going to be the same for most of these. Yeah, so again, high speed, overcome it, and medium speed. A little bit more work to do on low speed with the underfloor. And suspension, same story. We've overcome it with the high speed, medium speed, a little bit more low speed. So the research is going pretty well. We're pretty happy to on where we're at with that. We've also got underway 3 more research projects. So the research we're doing is on all 4 of those parts. So once these ones complete, we should see even more of that deficit, especially on the low speed being eaten into. That's all going well. What we've got here is we've got a regulation vote change. So this was effectively changing the prize money. So they wanted to increase the prize share for the top 4, decreasing it for 5th down to 9th and keeping it the same for 10th. I decided to vote against that. It's kind of going into role play, but you know, I think it's always fair that there's a even split. You don't want the lower teams being cut adrift. You know, my ideal aim for Formula 1 in real life, it'd be great that, you know, we get a grid which is all bunched up and can all fight each other. So obviously we want them to all have a good share of the prize money. So I voted against it, and it looks like that's the way it's gone. So McLaren 6-4, McLaren, Alpine, Williams, Haas, AlphaTauri now voted against it. And for once, this isn't actually an accurate vote, because you would probably see this kind of the bigger teams who are finishing in those positions. Your Red Bull, your Mercedes, Aston Martin, Ferrari, they would of course want to vote for this because they're going to get more money. So actually the game has voted that in probably the right direction, but it's been voted against, so the prize money will remain the same. As you can see, it wasn't really that much of a difference, 1% either way. Next up is going to be the Japanese Grand Prix. See how many races we've got. 7 races left, so we're nearing the end of the season, which is exciting. We want to get into next season with the amount of development we're doing, hoping to have a car that can at least challenge for podium, but hopefully, you know, certainly challenge those top 3 cars. So get in amongst those Red Bulls, Ferraris, Mercs, stroke Aston Martins. That's what we're hoping for. But we'll see how we go, of course. But if you have dropped into the stream on either of the platforms that I am live streaming on, we do stream this series on a Tuesday and Friday from around about 7:15 GMT time. So we will be back on Tuesday, and we'll be heading to Suzuka to take on the Japanese Grand Prix. Then, as I said, if you've jumped in and you're not already, please do subscribe, like the video, and we are highlighting each of these streams, and they come out at least once or twice a week. So on my YouTube, if you jump into my videos on there, you'll see the McLaren series playlist, and we'll have the latest episodes on there, which the last one was the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. And we'll obviously have highlights of the live stream we have just done in Singapore. Other than that, thank you for jumping in. Thanks for the comments, likes, and your support, and we'll be back on Tuesday from 7:15 GMT time. Hopefully, let's have a good Chinese sprint and race weekend.